You've walked 50 million steps, yet you're still a beginner. Humans are the only species that spends 80 years walking and never reads the operator's manual. We just assume falling forward and catching ourselves at the very last second is the technique. To understand the sheer mechanics of this daily migration, we start by looking down at the very first point of contact. Imagine a high-definition 4K focus on a standard rubber sneaker hitting the concrete pavement. The sound is a heavy, damp slap, echoing down a quiet street. The immediate shockwave travels straight up the calf muscle, a violent vibration visibly rippling under the skin, shooting right into the knee joint. We simply accept this microtrauma as the cost of forward momentum. Yet, the moment we actually focus on this motion, the internal negotiation begins. The brain suddenly short-circuits trying to micromanage a reflex. Wait, am I leaning too far forward right now? I feel like a Segway with a low battery. If I stop thinking about my feet, will I forget how to use them? Why does my left pinky toe feel like it's being interrogated by my sock? My God, walking is just controlled falling, and I am completely failing the control part. This brings us to the ultimate biomechanical test. When your foot hits the ground, which part claims the territory first? Option 1, the heavy heel slam, the classic groundbreaker that announces your arrival 3 rooms away. Option 2, the flat foot slap, the duck method, maximizing surface area for a firm, noisy grip. Option 3, the stealthy toe point, the ninja mimic, avoiding all heavy contact with the earth. 3, 2, 1. Option 4, the midfoot rolling glide. This is a gentle landing on the outer edge of the midfoot, seamlessly rolling inward to distribute the downward force like a wheel. Biomechanical experts from the Mayo Clinic observe that this rolling glide physically preserves the cartilage in the knees. It uses the foot's natural arch as an intricate, built-in suspension system, rather than treating the heel like a carpenter's hammer. Modern ergonomic design has even adapted to this forgotten human blueprint. Orthopedic zero-drop footwear, for instance, was specifically engineered to stop us from heel slamming by stripping away the thick, artificial padding that masks our habits. It forces the human foot into the transition it naturally forgets to do, replacing the aggressive heel strike that vibrates the brain every single step with a fluid midfoot transition that essentially treats the earth like an endless treadmill. It remains a fascinating biological quirk that we are the only apex predators on the planet that sound like a dropping bag of wet hammers when we walk to the fridge in the middle of the night. So, how do you actually hit the pavement? Are you a dedicated heel slammer who accidentally wakes up the entire neighborhood? Or a toe walker who looks like you're perpetually sneaking out of a room? Who taught you your specific gait? Did you inherit this heavy stride directly from your parents? Or did you invent it in a moment of childhood panic at age 7? But while your feet are down there negotiating with gravity, the rest of your body is suddenly facing an entirely different crisis. Shift your focus upward. Pay close attention to the upper half of the human frame. Imagine a sharp 4K focus on the swing of the arms and the slight, involuntary rotation of the pelvis. Listen to the rhythmic swish of denim and the faint whistle of wind rushing past the ears as the torso propels forward. You are moving nicely, but then consciousness kicks in, and you become hyper-aware of 2 fleshy appendages dangling at your sides. What do I do with my hands? If I bury them deep in my pockets, I definitely look suspicious, like I'm plotting something minor but illegal. If I swing them too enthusiastically, I look like I'm leading an invisible holiday parade. Maybe I'll just hold my smartphone tightly in front of my chest, like a glowing, protective talisman. Yes, that way I don't have to deal with the terrifying arm dilemma at all. It is the most awkward, unspoken puzzle of human locomotion. When we are not holding a coffee cup or scrolling a screen, what exactly is the primary function of your arms while walking? Is it option 1, pumping for speed, the aggressive power walker approach, cutting through the air? Is it option 2, dead weight, the zombie drag, letting them hang limp and lifeless against your hips? Or option 3, pocket anchors, the shy lean, hiding your hands away from the world? 3, 2, 1. The actual answer is option 4, the 90-degree counter-pendulum. The true biomechanical design dictates that your arms should be bent at a sharp right angle, swinging front to back to act as precise torque limiters for your spine. Fascinatingly, clinical gait analysis research confirms that swinging those perfectly bent arms reduces the metabolic energy required to walk by a staggering 26%. Your arms are literally offsetting the rotational momentum of your legs, so your torso doesn't violently twist out of control with every single step. In fact, modern smartwatches equipped with gait analysis features actively monitor this exact motion. They track the arc of your arm swing to calculate whether you are walking efficiently or if you are simply wasting precious calories by wobbling unevenly down the sidewalk. We have a profound gap here. We routinely default to the habit of of letting our arms dangle straight down like two overcooked noodles, flopping aimlessly with each stride. Yet the official way is to engage the 90-degree pendulum like a highly calibrated machine. It is deeply funny that we have strapped highly advanced smartwatches onto our wrists just to monitor our incredibly dumb arms. The arm question is the ultimate divider of our species. How do you handle the upper body dilemma? Do you swing big, claiming the airspace around you, or are you a protective T-Rex walker with your hands tucked safely in? Is your arm swing a family trait? Now, let us pull our observation upward, straight to the primary control room, the view from the eyes. You are moving through space, the distant horizon line sitting perfectly still while the tips of your shoes rhythmically flash in and out of your lower peripheral vision. The ambient noise of the street fades as the sound of your own breath finally hits a steady, aerobic rhythm, your entire system syncing perfectly with the pavement. This is the exact moment the conscious mind usually attempts a manual override. You give yourself one simple command: don't trip. If I look all the way up at the horizon, I'll definitely hit a rogue pebble, roll an ankle, and die right here in front of a coffee shop. But if I look straight down at my feet, I look like I'm intensely searching the concrete for my lost dignity. Maybe I'll just casually fix my gaze on the back of the person walking 10 paces in front of me. Wait, no, now I look like a stalker. That's incredibly creepy. Just act natural. Where do natural people look? As your brain short-circuits over where to direct your eyeballs, we arrive at a vital structural dilemma. Where exactly should your visual anchor be to maintain peak human posture? Option 1, the smartphone glow, proudly demonstrating the hunched-over tech neck. Option 2, 6 feet ahead, employing the hypervigilant safety scanner to dodge incoming puddles. Option 3, the tips of your toes, locked into the perpetually defeated, worried hunch. 3, 2, 1. The answer is option 4, the 20-foot horizon scan. The human physiological blueprint dictates that keeping your chin perfectly parallel to the ground is the exact mechanism required to stack your heavy vertebrae correctly. According to research from the American Posture Institute, projecting your gaze exactly 20 feet ahead naturally aligns the cervical spine. This incredibly subtle optical shift actively prevents forward head posture, a mundane habit that unknowingly adds a staggering 30 pounds of gravitational pressure directly onto your delicate neck. Consider the sheer anthropological comedy of this. We are highly evolved creatures who developed our vision to spot stealthy lions moving through the tall grass of the open savanna. We were built to scan the horizon like a confident seafaring captain, but today we use that exact same majestic evolutionary hardware to scan the ground for loose change and aggressively dodge cracks in the sidewalk, navigating the city like an anxious human Roomba. It is a brilliant irony that modern progressive lens glasses were meticulously designed by optical scientists with this exact optimal horizon gaze in mind, carefully mapped to our natural visual plane. Yet we almost exclusively use that expensive, sophisticated engineering to intensely squint at tiny fonts on dimly lit dinner menus. We have reached the final agora. Tell me, have you ever unexpectedly caught your own reflection while walking past a dark storefront window and thought, who on earth is that clumsy stranger? How do you manage your visual anchor? Did you inherit your posture from a parent, or did you invent your unique downward stare in a moment of childhood panic at age 7? What is the absolute weirdest walking habit you have ever observed a stranger executing in public? At the end of the day, normal is just a collection of habits we picked up in a toddler panic. Whether you heel slam or glide, you're still moving. How do you actually walk when no one is watching? Tell us below.